Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to study the time domain response of second order system, and we also determine the time response specification for second order system. So the time response is very important for the design and analysis of control system. So the question arises that what is meant by time response. So during the analysis of response, the variation of output with respect to time can be studied, and it is known as time response. Now there are the two parts of any response of system. Okay, one is transient response and another is steady state response. What is meant by transient response? It is the part of time response which goes to zero after large interval of time. And second is steady state response. So the steady state response is the part of response that remains even after the transient have died out. Okay, the part of response that remains or stays even after the transients have died out. Then so our total response is become the transient response plus steady state response. Now see, this is the standard second order transfer function. Now, so what is second order control system? The where the highest power of s in denominator of transfer function equals to 2. Okay, so see, this is our second order control system. Now where omega n is natural frequency, then this is omega d. Okay, there is a print mistake. So this is omega d is equal to omega n root 1 minus rho square. Rho is damping ratio. It affects on damping. Now we can also take this rho as zeta. Okay, in MATLAB program we will take it as zeta. We will perform this practical on MATLAB software. Again, rho omega n or zeta omega n, it is damping factor or actual damping or damping coefficient. Now we will see the MATLAB program. So see, after opening MATLAB you will see this screen command window. Now I want to share two screen, that is one is script screen and one is command window. So I will minimize this size of command window and again open new script. Okay, new script you have to type your program. So what I have done, I have already typed a program because of time. So this is our program. Now first I have written that clc clear all and close all. What it's mean? See, CLC we use for clearing command window, and clear all we, because of this instruction this workspace will be cleared. Okay, and this close all instruction is used for to close the graphs that will be open in previous. Okay, so we have learned the meaning of these three commands. Now, so for calculating time response specification, we will need a transfer function. So how to make this? We are taking two inputs from user. Okay, one is omega n, another is zeta. Zeta affects on damping. Okay, damping ratio. Then after taking these two input, we will calculate our transfer function. So see, now we will see one by one command. Okay, so first we have written input, that is we are taking omega n from user. Okay, then zeta we are taking from user, then we are calculating damping frequency. Okay, omega d is equal to omega n square root 1 minus zeta square. Then td is our delay time. Then these are the time response specification. See, we will study in theory. See, delay time is, it is time required for response to reach 50% of its final value in first attempt. Okay, so rise time, again this is time required for response to rise from 10% to 90% of its final value. Or final value of over system. Okay, for over system 10% to 90%, and for under system it is 0 to 100%. Okay, so we will again see this after our output has when our output is come on MATLAB. Okay, so see, now our next command is phi. Okay, phi is tan inverse of square root 1 minus zeta square upon zeta. Again, tr is rise time. Rise time is what? Pi minus pi by omega d. Then peak time tp it is pi by omega d. Then we have calculated two settling time. One is for 5% tolerance band and another is for 2% tolerance band. So for 5% tolerance band it is 3 by zeta omega n, and for 2% tolerance band it is 4 by zeta omega n. Okay. Then peak overshoot mp is equal to e raised to exponential. It is exp means exponential, e raised to minus zeta by square root 1 minus zeta square. Then this is for our calculating transfer function. Okay, so our numerator in transfer function, see, this is omega n square. It is omega n square. Okay, numerator, and in denominator s square plus 2 zeta omega n s plus omega n square. So numerator is omega star omega n means omega square omega n square. Okay, then denominator is, see, in denominator how we will write denominator. This is from right to left, the power of s will increasing. So first power is s power 0, and this is s power 1, then this is s power 2. Okay, so 1 into s square, that is s square, plus 2 zeta omega n into s power 1, that is s, and this is s power 0 means 1. Okay, so omega n, so it becomes s square plus 2 zeta omega n s plus omega n square. So whatever, whenever you will try to write denominator numerator in transformation, so always remember that the power of s will increase from right to left. Okay, so you need to simply type the command, that is tf of numerator comma denominator. Tf means transfer function, the command is tf. Okay, no capital word, only small tf. This is the command for creating transfer function. Now, so we are going to calculate this time response specification for step input. So for that we have a command, that is step of s. S is our transfer function that we have calculated. Now step of s is the output for step input. Okay, step response. What is step response? The output for step input. Now we will run this program. So it will ask us to enter the value of undamped natural frequency. So we will take it as 5. Then it will asking out enter the value of damping ratio. So for these time response specifications are calculated for under damped system only. Okay, so to enter the damping ratio we will need to enter zeta in between 0 to 1. So we are taking it as zero point 0.2. See, these are your time response specifications. Now we will see these time response specifications on graph. This is our output. See, now we will see one by one. See, first is your delay time. Okay, delay time is what? The time to reach response of its 50% value. Okay, see, it is the time required for response to reach 50% of its final value. So 50% means here our output is 1, so 50% of our output is zero point 0.5, so here it will come. So by tapping here, we will see, we are going able to see the amplitude. Amplitude means its amplitude is 1. Our output is 1, so we want time for 5.5, so it is nearly zero point 0.5, so delay time is 0.226 from graph. Okay, and we have calculated from formula it is 0.228. So these are near about same, so for zero point 0.5 it will come accurately 0.228. Okay, now simply you have to right click on this graph. Okay, right after right clicking, go to characteristic, then go to peak response. So you will see here peak. Now click on that point, you will see the peak amplitude is 1.53 and overshoot 52.7. So we have calculated overshoot as, see, our overshoot is mp is equal to 0.5266. Okay, this is not in percent here. To make it is in percent, we need to multiply by 100, so it will become 52.66. See, from figure you are getting it as 52.7, and from graph sorry, from formula we are getting it as 52.66. Okay, near about same. And the time at which this peak is coming, it is called as peak time. Okay, TP. So what is it? 0.645, and it is coming near about same 0.6413. Okay, now we will see next characteristic, that is settling time. See, so settling time is 3.92. Okay, and we have given TS1 and TS2. So it is for 5% tolerance. TS1 is for 5% tolerance and TS2 is for 2% tolerance. So they are giving this settling time for 2% tolerance, so it is coming near about 4. Okay, so our calculator is also 4. Now next is rise time. So it is time from 0 to 10 to 90% for overdam system, and 0 to 100% from underdam system. Okay, so this rise time is 0.241, and we have calculated from formula as 0.3. So there is mismatch. Why? Because they have calculated is for 10 to 90%. Now we can also change that. Okay, click, double click on this axis, then there is a property editor. So go to options. So in options, there you will see show rise time from 10 to 90%. For underdone system, we can change it as 0 to 100. See, now you will get correct rise time 0.362. Okay, and we have also calculated 0.362. Okay, then next is steady state. Steady state is attained at final value 1. Okay, so in this way we have completed this practical. Thank you all.